I am your brother Tad. And today we're going to talk about the new phenomenon of fuck the streets. Too many of us have been caught up in a mindset that the streets is where it's at. And we know that's not the case. The streets almost killed you. And you got to remember that shit. Everybody yelling the streets made me. Everybody yelling the streets made me. Nah, the streets almost killed you. They would bury you with your friends, raise your kids without you, or turn your trauma into entertainment. This fuck the streets ain't disrespect. It's self-preservation. And I'm not anti where I came from. I'm anti staying there. And that's how I'm giving it up. Peace, family. Peace. Your brother Tad on the check-in. And as we patiently wait for our family, I want y'all to put it down in the chat. Do you think the streets is what it's supposed to be, like what people are glorifying it to be? Because I'm very passionate about this one right here. This means so much to me. These people in these pictures, two of them are no longer with us. The other three are still with us, doing some fly stuff with their life. And we definitely celebrate anybody who takes a step away from what's glorified within our community. Sister K Fighter, when you ready, you give me the thumbs up, sis, so I could bring you in. Sis, how you feeling?
Doing good, brother. How are you? Hope all is well with you and the family.
Oh man, everything is good. Everything is good. This today, today is a special one. Today is a special one. I was hoping God to be here on time, but but and can y'all hear me in the chat? If you can hear me, put a one in the chat. Put a one in the chat if you can hear me. Because I was reading something, Sister Keisha. Were you able to hear it? Were you able to hear what I was reading?
No, I wasn't able. In the intro, no, I didn't hear anything.
Oh, okay. Can you hear me now?
Loud and clear.
All right. So there was a passage, and it was about Malcolm X. All right. Thank y'all. Thank y'all, Sister Brooke. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you. First, she says, "Nah, can you hear or no?" All right. So what I was reading was it was a passage from one of my daily meditation books, and it was pretty much about Malcolm X. The man we all love and admire, who came from the streets and turned his life around. And I think many people could learn a lot from Malcolm and what he's done for our community, you know. But let me get something straight back here while we rock out, sis. All right. The passage is, have you earned your X? Power takes a backseat to nothing, only in the face of more power. That's from Malcolm X. The above quote is indicative of the sheer magnetism and level of commitment that Malcolm X was known for. Each of us could benefit from developing Malcolm's level of passion as we pursue our goals. Malcolm Little's boyhood was one long struggle with poverty and alienation. His father was murdered by vigilantes, and his mother suffered the indignity of life in a mental institution. Life on the streets became the only life he knew. At 17, he hustled in New York, drowning in the sea of crime, drugs, prostitution, and gambling. 3 years later, he was caught and sentenced to 10 years in prison. I was the personification of evil, Malcolm said, with his first months in prison. He hurled obscenities at every white in authority and cursed God so much that the inmates named him Satan. But it was here that Malcolm was exposed to a growing sect known as the Nation of Islam, who claimed they could turn his life around. This philosophy struck Malcolm like a blinding light, and he mended his ways. For his loyalty and hard work, he was rewarded with the letter X, which symbolized the replacement of his slave name, Little, with the African family name he never knew. From this platform as religious spokesman and newly crowned leader of a hope-filled people, Malcolm's life would come full circle. He had truly earned his X. from an ex-con to an example, from an ex-drug addict to personal excellence. Our community could benefit from his example. Black America must earn its X. Where it applies, we must become ex-drug abusers, ex-dropouts, ex-alcoholics, ex-thieves, and ex-offenders, and cease to offer any excuses for our shortcomings. Instead, we must strive to excel, excite, and exceed to become exceptional as we examine our values and exclaim to the world we expect success and expel any thoughts of negativity, poverty, and failure. It's time that we earn our X. Yes, this.
That's good. That's good. You know, I'm glad you read that piece about Malcolm because, you know, often people think that when one begins a journey, that is one's journey forever, and that you cannot have many journeys in life. You know, that's what life is about, having many journeys. As you and I have both had many journeys, you know, as we look back now that we are both in our 50s, we can look back and say we've had many journeys, right? You know, you coming from the street life, me somewhat, but more of a partier. And I think that when it comes to redemption, a lot of people forget the female aspect of street life, right? Because in my life, I was a heavy partier. I was the person who the promoters called when they wanted to, you know, fill the clubs. You know, I was the one who skipped the line and, you know, was cool with the owners and get in the clubs and that like. But, you know, as I began to grow, especially when I had my daughter, I started to see things that was really, really disturbing to me. And I had told my best friend one night while we were in the club that I won't be back. And this is it for me. And, you know, she laughed or whatever, and she didn't believe it. So the next, because we would party Thursday, Friday, Saturday, straight like that every week. But she didn't believe me. And at that time, I lived in Harlem, right? And the place we were going to this particular weekend was in Brooklyn. And she called me. She was like, "Where you at?" I said, "I told you, I'm done. I'm done." And, you know, the next day she and I had a conversation because I started to see things that disturbed me as far as women being real salacious, if you will. You know, that was the beginning stage of people getting flown out and all this old kind of stuff. And, you know, I know y'all think that's popping now, but they were doing it back then. But it just was really, really disturbing to me. But me making that decision, you know, because I ran with a crew of females who I'm very close friends with to this day. But somebody had to break the mold. And, you know, I gave my life to consciousness. She gave her life to the Lord. And some people made some other changes. But it had to take one of us to break the mold so that we can all become better women. And, you know, I often look back at that time because I could have been doing a whole lot of things. Whether I was, let me tell you something, I was outside, but in a way that you guys don't know. You know,
imagine.
Yeah.
Let's see if our brother Gutter
crazy.
ready.
It was just crazy. Go ahead, Tad.
Gutter, you ready, Gutter? Because sis, I don't want you to lose that perspective because we definitely want it from the sister's perspective because those are the people most impacted by the brothers in the streets decision. Gutter, what's the word, man?
What's going on?
I can't call it, man. You know,
See, Gutter.
I had
Good,
to put
sis. How you doing?
Good, brother. How are you?
I'm all right. I'm all right. I can't complain.
That's what's up.
You know.
Yo, gut, I had to put pictures up of the bros, man. You know, the street shit I hold dear. I think you can share the sentiment. You know, there's a new movement, fuck the streets. And I think a lot of people are for it, some people are against it. I think you and I are two brothers qualified to speak on it. I ain't gonna say the most qualified, but we definitely qualified to speak on this street life shit because I don't think people realize what's at stake and how much is lost in the streets. Now I brought this picture up because you know these are our brothers right there. You know,
yeah. Rest in peace, my nigga cooking fast so moms, man.
Yeah. God bless Miss Shirley. You know, I was with the brothers cooking fats last night. You know,
I
I thought you would have been there too.
Yeah, I was under the weather, man. I'm still kind of under the weather. I got this. I got a bug. So
yeah, something going around.
Yeah.
But let me share with the audience, right? In this picture, in the forefront, bending down. That's brother Jay. That's my man Jay from my block. To the side of him in the red and white. Yeah, our young boy Moose Pops, our nephew Moose. Shout out to him. The red and white, that's the homie Cook. You know, Cook's still on the scene. You know, he be out and about. Next to him is his brother Fats. In the background, of course, that brother, the big guy, needs no introduction. Of course, that's the notorious B.I.G. And in front of him is the youngest of the crew, my young homie, my PIC, my man Juicy, God bless the dead. Now, both of them brothers, Juicy and Big, are no longer with us. You know, Big is Juicy, Big is Gutter's brother, Juicy is my brother. But like, you know, we all came up together, you know, there's a family. But these brothers lost their lives early. I hear people saying...
Wasn't Juicy, wasn't his people from Africa?
Nah. They was African-centered, though.
All right. They was like my mom.
Yeah, they were.
Like my mom.
Yeah. They was, I know Granny was from Louisiana, I believe. Okay, his grandmother, Granny. Love Granny.
Oh, he was just the pro, Well, you know,
his family was just pro-black.
We was all
like his mother did
that era.
Yeah, his mother did some dope stuff. You know, she had a foster care agency, a daycare, a clinic. She did so much in the community for black folks.
Yeah.
But Juicy wasn't even 18 when he got deleted. And unfortunately, I was there. It was a ugly night, an ugly scene, which constantly plays in my mind. And it's part of the catalyst which made me change my life around. Because my bro, you know, he didn't even make it to his 18th birthday. Right, Gutter? So you got people out here saying, we can't say fuck the streets. You can't say fuck the streets. I get some of their sentiments because they're upset that the rappers are saying fuck the streets because the rappers made money off the streets. But like we talked about last week, Gutter, right? You and I were in the streets. While a lot of dudes were in the studios, a lot of dudes was off the school, we was literally outside, putting in that pain, putting in that work.
Or both.
Yeah. You know, so when I see people glorify the streets, Gutter, it makes me question how far did they make it in the streets? Because there's a glass ceiling in the streets. You know, you could be the biggest kingpin, you could be the wildest hitter, but that's only gonna get you but so far in life. You could be the illest scammer. It doesn't matter. There's a ceiling, there's a cap on that. There's no unlimited potential because with that status, all you're gonna go is to jail or the funeral home, unless you're fortunate enough, like me and Gutter, and live long enough to bow out gracefully. Not saying dudes are soft, but you get a chance to bow out gracefully. Because Sister Keisha, you were talking about from a female perspective. See, when dudes get locked up, all them 20, 30 dudes you on the corner with, none of them is coming to see you. None of them is putting money on your books. It's your baby moms you was beefing with. It might even be your moms. Because sometimes chicks leave you when you get locked up. You get deleted as a street dude, everybody gonna come to your funeral, pounds and hugs. But as soon as the repass over, dude's gonna be knocking on your baby mom's door like, you all right? You need anything? Trying to move in, trying to get in good with her. Streets is a foul place. And can't nobody tell me no different.
I had to explain this to a dude the other day. Like, when you get in the streets, you gotta expect everything.
Yeah.
Bullies, dudes robbing, competition, dudes ratting. This is part, because the game is chaos. It's not, you know what I'm saying? It's the shit is chaos. So, you know what I'm saying? This what I'll say. If you ain't gotta be in the streets, don't be in the fucking streets.
That's it.
You know what I'm saying? Like, of course, fuck the streets from an older cat's perspective. You know what I'm saying? We older.
Yeah.
We can't, you know what I'm saying? But like I always tell the younger cats, like, when I was going to the spots, it's like, bro, I was 14, 15, 16 at one time too. So I can relate more than you think I can. This is different eras. My era was way worse than yours because there was a lack of surveillance, so people could do way worse things. You know what I'm saying? And did. You know what I'm saying? So, you know what I'm saying? I just put it to him, you know, it's like, bro, if you don't got to be out there, why?
Right.
You know what I'm saying? Why? Now it's certain circumstances where you know the society we live in. You know what I'm saying? Yeah. It's bankrupt of compassion, so they don't give a fuck about nobody. So if you're in a situation where you're gonna do something where you're gonna keep the lights on, clothes on your back, a roof over your head.
Yeah. And you know, brother, you hitting it on the head, because there's some little dudes that don't need to be outside. It's the allure of it all. Yeah. It's the prestige that come with it, of being with certain dudes. Like,
nigga, that was me.
Yeah.
That was me. I didn't have to be outside, bro.
That's a lot of little dudes.
And it's a lot of us from our era that didn't actually have to be outside. It was in the law, my nigga.
Yeah.
It was in the law. And the thing with me is, and with most dudes that were really outside, is certain individuals, they shielded. You got to remember, I came from the quiet side. You know what I'm saying? Like, I was cool with all the bookish dudes and stuff like that, dudes that wasn't, you know what I'm saying? Because we had other shit in common. You know what I'm saying? We may have read certain shit, we watched certain movies and stuff like that. You know what I'm saying? But when I entered into the street, you know what I'm saying? You can't come on folks. You know what I'm saying? Because what can I tell your moms? You know what I'm saying? What can I tell your pops? You know what I'm saying? So certain shit wasn't allowed. You know what I mean? Yeah. But because it's other spots where dudes can hang out where shit's going on besides Fulton Street.
Yeah.
So if dude he done dipped off of Fulton Street and he Franklin Avenue, Quincy, Gates, and all of that, and he start, then, you know, I'm like, yo, bro, and I'm saying, you out here, you know what I'm saying, you know, be careful.
Yeah. You know, you said something important, and I'm gonna ask you, do you think that's what's missing, that layer of protection? Because I remember when I was young too, the older dudes was like, yo, you don't need to be out here. They saw it in me though, you know what I'm saying? Because I was a little fighter. Like, I had a temper, I had an attitude, you know.
That was the same
Shout out to Tony Rome. Tony used to be in my crib all the time, so he saw me inside and out the house. So he's like, yo, Tad, a wild little dude. That's a wild little dude. You know, he would laugh, you know, but he's an older dude from outside who was dealing with my cousin Sherry. God bless her. You know, so here's an outside dude. I know it's outside. Whole family know he outside. He come in, he fly, he got bread, dinner on him tonight, you know. Shout out to Tony Rome, you know. But he saw it in me, and people like him and others kept me away from it, even though they knew I would eventually be outside because I was a little dude in the crib. 10, 11, 12 with an attitude, a temper. Hear my moms get at me for fighting in school today. You know, there's a layer of protection. And I think now a lot of dudes don't operate as OGs, try to keep the little dude safe. Because once I came off the porch, I still had guidance. I had Noon. I had Cook. I had Keon.
We always have those dudes that have our best interests, but for the most part, like, you're gonna have a few dudes. The rest of them is manipulation. That's the game. Yeah. That's how the game is chaos, bro. So you can't expect the majority to stop being the majority.
Right.
That was the minority of dudes, bro. Yeah. Anywhere you go, that was the minority of dudes that really looked out
for the little dude.
Because, bro, it's just like, I'm gonna keep it real with you. Ain't none of the none of them old dudes. Besides, like I said, I looked up to one dude that was rest in peace, the twins on. Full call. You know what I'm saying? Yeah. Because he would be like, him and Payne too.
Oh man, God bless Payne.
You know what I'm saying? Like, cause they would be like, yo, you out here playing, like, they keep your head on the swivel, because they was outside. And they knew I was outside. You know what I'm saying? They knew I was outside. So they was like, yo, damn, man. Like, Phil used to be like, man, you little ball playing ass nigga, like, what is you doing?
But see,
like, they ain't realize the shit I was going through on a personal level, like my mom's getting ready to pass away at the time. Then she passed away. So it was all, you know what I'm saying? But that's not what led me in the streets.
Well, Payne's son's mother is on here. One of his son's mother is on here. I mean, I don't know if she want to make it known. She can if she want to. If not, she could just be silent. But one of Payne's mothers. And you named two men, right? Me and Doug used to watch them both when we was young. We used to watch them come through and be like, yo, them dudes is large, man. Because remember, this back in the day, so we was talking that language. Yo, they living large, man. Can't nobody touch you.
You already know.
You know, but then here it is. We talk to them in memory now because they got deleted. Exactly. They didn't age out. It wasn't a car accident. It wasn't food poisoning, kidney failure, heart failure. They got deleted. And this is the shit when people be like, nah, it's not fuck the streets. I'm like, nah, it is fuck the streets because it's the mentality of the streets. Dudes don't get that subconsciously the streets is an extension of the plantation because it's something you said before. You know, we got to realize criminality ain't black. Criminality ain't black. But see, what people don't realize is that us being here after the Emancipation Proclamation, it was just illegal to be black. 3 or more together was considered a gang. You couldn't laugh in public. Damn near anything we did was criminal. So we had to learn how to get money off the scene, off the meter. You know what I'm saying? We had to go underground to get our bread.
Yeah, off the bread.
But even when we got that bread, we took care of each other.
We built our economy through us.
Right.
You know like, this is one thing I will say about the streets is what people don't understand is the street economy holds up the country.
Definitely. KRS got a song, Illegal Business Controls America.
Yeah, so you know what I'm saying? Is understanding the mentality. You know what I'm saying?
So Cutter.
Because we was outside, it was like, if you ain't with me, fuck you, and nigga will delete anything. You see what I'm saying? That was the mentality. And people don't understand. It's like, yo, bro, that ain't the mentality I have, especially 9 times out of 10, who is going to be? It's going to be your own.
Yeah.
Nothing wrong with having the switches and all that, but bro, it's got to be for one people only. We all know who they is. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
That doesn't have to be said. Not saying not to protect yourself. I'm not going out and we laying down and don't protect yourself, and you know what I mean, because it's still going to be a certain set of individuals that's still in the streets.
Yeah.
That's just going to be the reality of the situation, bro. Because
that's real rap.
That's the basis of how the country runs. You're gonna certain people are gonna be forced to make certain criminal decisions, you know what I'm saying, in order for them to, like I said, have clothes on their back, a roof over their head, their lights on, being able to eat. Fraud is a criminal act as well, bro.
Right.
Definitely. You know what I'm saying? So like boosting is a criminal act. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
All of those is criminal act. You know what I'm saying? So that's always going to be there, because it's always going to be a place where people is on the verge, and they're gonna do what they got to do.
Yeah.
But
I hear what you're saying, bro.
Yeah,
this shit is crazy.
But our penchant for violence,
that's always the end result.
Is the problem. You know
I'm gonna share a story with you real quick, Gutter, and I'm gonna give you the mic back. But what you said right there. One time, me and my cousin Mel got down on the P. Rest in peace, Big Daddy. We used to call him Big Daddy Mel, right? And this is crazy. This is over 20 years ago, so statute of limitations been up, right? Gutter, he go to work. I'm outside. We put our money 500, got a P, got down. I'm moving shit in the hood. Two flips. He just getting 50% of everything. I said, yo, after this flip, man, I'm gonna do my thing on my own. He like, nah, Tad, fuck out of here. What you mean? Like, I'm outside all the time. You just sit up here and get money. Yo,
he wasn't putting no work in.
Nah, none.
Yeah.
He just put his money in.
Bro, we not like, you gotta think about it.
I'm gonna tell you the story my mother gave me.
With everybody.
Look, this what happened though. Me and him thump. We in the crib thumping. Boom, boom, boom. My mom's come over and she kept it a buck with me. She said, I'm gonna tell y'all out there fucking around. She said, when you in that business, it's only one way you can resolve conflicts, and that's with violence. If you're not ready for that, get out of it now. She said, but if you're willing to deal with those consequences, just know what you're getting into. An OG didn't tell me that. No, my mother told me that.
Yeah.
Everybody else is just like, yo, this is how you
do it. They know the reality of being in that subsect of society.
Yes.
When you in the criminal atmosphere, that's what it's built on. Violence and fear. Yeah. You know what I mean? I'm gonna control this out of fear. That's why dudes don't last that long. You know what I'm saying?
Right. And you
like,
said
that type of time. Yeah, the propensity, we gotta like in everything. Bro, dudes is busting on each other over scamming.
Yeah, I forgot what rap it was. He popped this man in the studio playing over candy. This shit was like 2013.
Yeah, he had to be hot. There'd be drugs involved too.
Yeah, but again,
street culture. Yeah, and thinking you gotta like everything, like everything is like you can't let nothing slide.
Right, and that's because that's the ego speaking right there. I tell people, yo, I done got my head split in the streets before. I tell people, like, the streets is a full contact sport. You're not gonna play this game and not get touched. Don't give a fuck who you are. I always say, Gutter, if a dude ain't get touched, he wasn't playing hard enough.
Oh man,
you ain't get touched out here.
Jump. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Or he the police.
I didn't experience that at all.
Yeah. What you said, sis?
Or he the police.
Yeah, or he the police. If you playing
I
hard,
mean, I don't even know. Well, at least from our generation, I don't know nobody that ain't have a fight
right,
and was outside.
right,
That was like illegal.
or you kick somebody's ass, and that
You know
was
what I'm
part of
saying?
your right to
That
pass.
was like illegal. Like you not being outside, you ain't had no fights, and you like no.
Right,
I don't care about your brother, your uncle, none of that. You can't. You ain't never had a fight. Not saying that you got to beat everybody up. If you ain't had no fights, never.
right. It's part
The
of your
low
right
niggas
to pass.
is gonna clown you. Like you gonna be in the game room, the low niggas are gonna clown you. Then you're gonna end up in a fight.
Yeah,
So if you ain't
Yeah.
never been in a fight going through all of that, then you definitely.
but Gutter, let me ask you, why nowadays? Because we're in 2025. Next week is 2026. Why do you think dudes are glorifying the streets now? Like, I mean, you the infamous C Gutter. You immortalized on records. Like, you one of the few people that can honestly say you are back Suge. Well, Suge said you back them down. You ain't even have to talk about it. Suge said it. You know what I'm saying? Like, you've stood 10 toes down when everybody else was talking about it. I'm talking about hip hop dudes. I ain't talking about dudes in the hood and in the streets. I'm talking about this is national, international shit when it comes to repping what you say you rep. Why do you think dudes glorify it now?
Shit. It's them people with the money. It's telling them that's what's hot. But you gotta, bro. Like I said, you know, I'm managing it. So you know, I sit there and do research, and I look at. It's a lot of young cats that rap, do their thing. They might not have the same popularity of all these dudes. But they don't have the same subject matter. You know what I'm saying? And they still do their thing. But they not the super popular artists.
Right.
Not saying they don't talk about certain shit, but they talk about it in a context. You know what I'm saying? You know how you can say, yeah, I went from doing this, I was doing this, now I'm doing this, showing dudes that like, yeah, you can go from the streets to doing this legally, to having money legally. You know what I'm saying? And dudes put the game in their raps. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
And I got like, and I'm talking about like dudes that gang bang, dudes that was really in the streets and got a story to tell. They rap, boo, 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 but they talking about they transformation from where they was at years ago when they was younger, even if it's 3 years ago or 5 years ago. You know what I'm saying? They transformation. Now they see, damn, I saw it one way at one time. Now I'm in here and I'm really making moves. I see life a whole different way. So you
Right.
got those individuals that street dudes and they not shying away from their street background, but they not going out there promoting that's what they do. They just talking about in the past, nigga, this is what I was doing. Now I'm doing this. And it's all legal. I'm doing, you know, same shit like a Nip. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
You have numerous artists that talk in that manner. And
to elevate. And isn't that the goal?
Exactly. And that's the whole point. And that's the whole point, is like not saying that you can't speak on your experiences in the street.
Right.
But that's something like nigga took, like I seen one shit, nigga talking about he just came home, he talking about getting some bricks and all that. Like yo, wow.
Maybe you miss his boyfriend. Maybe you miss his boyfriend. Because even if you're going to do it, that shouldn't even be a public proclamation. You're not even supposed to say nothing about it.
No, but it's rapping. That's what I'm saying. Is like not on no past tense. It's like, yeah, fresh out, nigga. I'm odd, you know.
Yeah.
Like,
yeah.
I don't understand what type of G homie you is for your homies. Like for
Right.
the young cats that come under.
Right.
All the time you spent in jail, you telling them to do what? Or you either dick riding them, like, yeah, they get like that shit. Nigga, I'm on they type of time.
Yeah.
Which you do got cats that come home from jail and to do that.
Yeah. Sister Keisha, you from Fort Greene in the 80s. The days of the real Killer Ben and the real 50 Cent. That era. You know, the Albee Square Mall era. You from that time. What was it like? Like, because when people talk about these
the
streets,
game room in the Albee Square Mall, that was most dangerous.
Where you can smell the Wendy's as soon as you walk in the mall. That's one of the first things.
Yeah,
that's the only spot that had Wendy's too, right?
Nigga will book you and get right on the D train.
Whoa.
Facts.
Or book you and make you walk off. Book you and make you get out of here.
Bro, and you remember, you used to come from the arcade right in the D train, my nigga.
Yeah, right there.
Right up them steps and go right in the D train. They used to rob niggas and go right in the D train.
Yeah.
Or walk across the cabin and just walk straight back to the fort.
Right. That's what I'm saying.
I remember you had that tone too. Like when you coming through the mall, go downstairs by McQuarrie's, you come out the other side.
Oh yeah.
You got it good.
Yeah. Yeah. Oh, that's when we used to steal all the Brock candy. You know, going down the hall and skim a horn.
Yep.
Where all the Brock candies used to be right there.
Right.
Yep.
Right.
BRACK.
Yep.
Nigga grab a handful of them shits. I used to always get the what's them shits? You know the shits like the worth of original joints?
Yeah.
I used to always snatch them
caramel like joints.
Yeah. I used to snatch them shits every time, my nigga. A handful.
Yeah.
We'll do the handoff with the security guard because he was always hustling. He steal from the store. You take the bag, he'll spit it up with you outside.
Yeah. The big black fat nigga.
Yeah.
You know exactly what you talking about. But listen, Flock used to be outside.
Rest in peace to Flocko.
Yeah, Flocko used to be outside. Listen, if you from anywhere in Brooklyn, you ever came down to Albee Square Mall, back in the days, Flock was a tall Puerto Rican nigga with the ponytail. Flock had that ponytail forever since, bro.
Word.
They got my mom's for a VCR. I told you about this. They got my mom's for a VCR with the bricks in it.
Wow.
You know what I'm saying? I had to go back because I knew who it was. You know what I'm saying? And I didn't know him back then, just knowing him from seeing him all the time. You know
but you knew exactly who it was, yeah.
Right back up there with that deuce. Yeah, bro, give me that $50 back. You know, that's when VCRs is like $1 and some change.
Yeah.
They used to have the brick in the box. You know what I'm saying? They used to have the brick in the VCR box selling them. This before he got on. This like 85. It's like 85, 86, my nigga.
But yeah, I think and see, we talking about the 80s and we transitioned to the 90s because that's the crack era when everybody first started smoking crack. All the real hustlers and real gangsters, they graduated to the pipe and they started wilding. Then we started doing our thing in the 90s, like really getting solidified. Because I started late 80s, like 88 is when I started going out. 88 is my first Midtown trip. All that, like going to Dick Pockets was 88.
That's when I first started selling crack. Me and Big. 88
so
something.
Then the 90s, by the 90s you solidified, you know what I'm saying, depending on how you carry yourself and the work you put in. Like you said, you had to fight, start clapping and clipping and chipping dudes. So I fast forward, we in 2025, and I see little 20-year-olds and little 30-year-olds, and they acting like they really the voice of the streets. And like my G, you talk about anything 2000 anything, son, your resume not long enough nor strong enough. See me, I was always quiet. I was with all the heavy hitters, all the hitters. Like everybody knew what I do, because I was just quiet. I was one of the younger ones. I was the kid, but I would get busy. But these dudes now act like they the first ones with a blick, act like they the first ones with work outside, and for people to glorify the streets. My whole thing is like, yo, my dude, how many funerals have you been to? How many homies you lost? How many bang outs you been in? How many times you got jammed up for a blick or banging? You know what I'm saying? Like, Gutty, you did a stretch. Like, your shit is public. Like, everybody know you did a stretch.
It's a sad state
of I chilled in the law library like nobody business. Say it again.
It's a sad state of affairs when dudes think, you know, catching a bed is cool.
Right.
Till they catch the bed. You know what I mean? Till they actually, you know what I'm saying? They fuck that, I can do this, I do that on my head, and I done heard it. Yo. Yeah, when you get that stretch, man, then you want to, you know, it's sad because I was the same nigga.
Right.
Not doing no time on my head. I was like, fuck that. And then, you know, you keep going to jail. You're like, man, this shit is sucking, nigga.
Right. But it's so better right there.
Not like, I ain't no millionaire.
Right there, right? So we fast forward to today, right? So many people are glorifying it, right? And I mean, I get it. Everybody did they big, come home, tell your story. If you can monetize it, do it. But I want people to be honest too about the crying nights, about the pain. Dudes lose certain family members. If it's your aunt or your cousin, you can't go to the funeral. Got to be immediate family, like a sibling or a mother or a grandma raised you and was recognized as your guardian type shit. You losing people and you locked
when
up.
You coming in cuffs.
Yeah, and right. And if you
with the band, about 7 officers.
And you can't stay. Like dudes are not talking about that part. Dudes are not talking about when they had to cower down because they was in there with a dude more vicious than them. One thing I always know, I am not the toughest. I'm one of the toughest because I'll die on my hill. If I think that's how I gotta go, nigga, I'm going out with a blaze of glory.
We're gonna do what we do.
Right. But at the same token, I respect the chain of commands. I respect the hierarchy. Just like I want to do below me, respect my ranking in this thing. And I won't have to put these paws on you. But if you don't respect my rank, I'm gonna have to discipline you. And the same thing with a dude above me. If a dude I know got more stripes and his resume is impeccable and respectful, I'm not gonna challenge this dude, especially if it's a misunderstanding. We're gonna talk about it like men. Because I think a lot of times dudes don't, how can I say it? They don't stay in their lane. So when I watch everybody talk about, nah, you can't say fuck the streets, you're not a real one. No, real ones say fuck the streets. Every dude I know who did long stretches and then put in all types of work, come home, they be like, yo, little bro, man, fuck that shit. That shit for the birds. They come home, they either working for transit, doing construction, they doing something, but they not going back to the block. They know what's at stake.
This is what I want to ask the individuals that saying, nah, you can't say fuck the streets, is like, what exactly do you mean? Because if you're just saying like, the streets, what is the streets going to bring you where you like defending the streets?
Right.
If that's someone's only means of, you know, eating, people understand. You know what I mean? But they next step should be trying to find a means to get out of the street.
That's it.
You know what I mean? So if
that's
you
what
and
OGs did. the old ones, right? Rest in peace to the OGs of the hood. Shout out to people like Judd and the like. Dudes took their money and bought property, took care of the community. It was a means to get out the game. Dudes took that bread, got legit businesses, open video stores and dry cleaners and things like that in the community, and then hired young dudes so they didn't have to be in the streets. Dudes now get the money to floss on each other, go trick on some strippers, which we know is prostitutes. That's what they was called in my days. They was called they was called hoes in my days.
Period.
Call them daddies now. You know what I'm saying?
That's crazy to me.
Right.
We used to laugh at dudes. We used to laugh at them dudes who go in the strip club in the 80s. You would get clowned. You see old dudes going in there. You was a clown. Now that's the norm. Like,
the only difference back then, they had the underground joints, which was really gambling spots / strip clubs. You know what I'm saying? It was it wasn't just that.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? They was underground spots where dudes was doing that, and it's like 2 or 3 girls. It's not you know what I'm saying? That's you know, back in the day. And then I wasn't even like I wasn't really old enough. Like I was a little.
Right, we used to laugh at them. Like
I wasn't like. First of all, I don't gamble. You know what I'm saying? And my only reason for being in the gambling spot would be to book it. And
I'm about to say, take the earnings from the winner.
Yeah, we ain't had the arms and the capacity at that time. So you know what I mean?
Right.
That was out of the question. So what the fuck I want to be there for?
Right.
You know what I'm saying? At least, you know what I'm saying? And that was for dudes that was like older than us. You know what I'm saying? You know, you still had the pimps and all them niggas around at that time too.
Yeah. I wanna you see Laser Beak's comment. Shout out to you, Laser Beak. You can't say fuck the streets. The streets are where brilliant minds come from. School is just a business now. See, what we talking about is the mentality. I hear what you're saying because you do got some dope minds in the streets and in prison as well. But what benefit is there in being in the streets? Because just like school is a business right now, a smart person learn how to adapt and excel in any environment. So let's say school is a business and you street smart, you smart, then go in school and demonstrate how smart you are. Excel in all that they give you. Skip some grades. Get the credentials that it takes. Because the streets is not the real world. The streets is
you'll do a whole bunch of researching on your own. So school is just a gateway for you to get the information.
Yeah. Yeah.
When you get to school, the teacher don't teach you. All the teacher do is lay out a plan for you to learn from.
Or remember shit.
And it's your brilliance that gets you through all that shit that at a time was easy to me.
Yeah.
You understand what I'm saying? But this is the thing, I just didn't like. I was intrigued by other things.
It was the law. It was the law. It's like when you growing up. Okay, sis.
I want to touch on something that Aruba927 said. Shout out to Aruba927. She said, me and my best friend had to get it on the LG. Chicks wanted to jump her over her baby father. You know, we had a lot of fights because of that. We had a lot of fights because of that. A lot of chicks got their ass whooped because of that. And that's another side of the game people don't even think about. They don't even discuss it. Yeah. You know how many people I had to lump up? One time I was hanging out in Claremont Lounge. Remember Claremont Lounge?
Each other.
Yeah. Yeah, what's that? That was Claremont and that Claremont and DeKalb on the northwest side. Yeah.
Right.
If you're going down DeKalb, it was on the right hand side. Once you cross, yeah.
One day we up in there, man. One of my good friends and some dude she messed with messing with the same dude this chick messing with, and it's from a well-known family in Fort Greene. And she was like, you know what, Keisha, I'm gonna just deal with. No, we're gonna deal with it right here, right now. Let's get it on. Let's go outside. We outside now. We fighting now. Nobody leaving here without a black eye. We fighting now. So we had to fight that out right there. But over some dude who was in the streets, you got all these broads, and some of them you got pregnant, and now you got these women fighting each other over some BS. Yo, it was just crazy.
Bro.
It was just crazy. And that's another part of it that people don't look at. You see what I'm saying?
Rest
Getting
in
your
peace
baby mamas into shit.
Rest in peace to Red from LG, right? You know she clapped that Sweet Tea, right? Over my nigga Shalbone.
War?
Yeah. Yeah.
Crazy.
So,
She said Killer Ben was her baby father arch nemesis. That was my dude, Killer Ben.
And
you know,
Killer Payne. Look, Killer Ben was your dude, and Killer Payne was her son's father.
Right.
You know,
but it's just crazy. Like, I remember one night coming in from the club, and you know, walking my friend home. We drop her off in a cab first. All these police outside her building. Get to the building, Killer Ben grandmom's apartment just got shot up. You see what I'm saying? So that's what I'm saying. People didn't think about Lil Baby lost his life. You know what I mean? Nobody thinks about that backlash, you know, until it's too late. Then the mothers got to sit home and deal with that, and the grandmothers, because you going away. You out of here. Either by being unalived or in the pen, you going up out of here. So now these women, you know what I mean, got to deal with people who you despise because you got babies with both of them. Like, this is ridiculous. This is dysfunction.
Yeah.
And people don't look at it from that perspective. It's crazy.
Look how many of these TD Jake ass niggas went up north over a female.
Yeah. Super.
Yeah, TD Jake.
She on some next dude lap. She ain't picking up the phone. Like, come on, you know I get the phone every night at 8 o'clock. That's my slot time. Yo, you ain't got nothing more important to do than answer this phone. She's like, what nigga are you talking to? Jailbird? Like, word, yo, I've been through it. Like, where you at 8 o'clock, man? I'm gonna talk to my kids. I mean, I laugh now, but that shit was painful when it was happening. Calling the phone, that shit just ringing out. Like, the fuck she at? What the fuck she at? I mean, yo, dead ass. I could laugh at it now, right?
I think I stressful. I think I like. Well, my first bid, I got. Yeah. After that, I was like, I'm expecting. No, I mean, like anybody I deal with, I get locked up. I'm expecting.
Yeah.
And that's it.
But see, yo, this the part nobody tell nobody, because everybody who riding with you, everybody who outside with you, catching cases with you, somebody gonna snitch or they gonna get away and they just you wrote off. They might, you know what I'm saying? Like, yeah, tell son I said what up. See your little sister, yo, word what up my man. Send my love to him. But nobody send you a kite, nobody putting money on your book. Very few people coming to check you. And the only way you gonna see them is if they catch a case. And then they coming in, and then y'all.
Listen. They got some spots in New York, my nigga.
Say it again.
They got some spots in New York. It's quicker to get to Virginia than it is to this. So keep that in mind. You going New Jersey, Pennsylvania, Delaware, Maryland. You going four states over before you get to, you know what I'm saying? So like,
when you get to Kankakee and Elmira, when you get up there, like you said, you could have went all the way to Virginia.
You You go to Attica, you Virginia and some more. You might be in Tennessee somewhere. You know what I'm saying? You definitely be in West Virginia. So, you know what I'm saying? Then like the economics, people be bro that like because you got to think about it. This I'll say to the homeboy that was saying like, the streets bring brilliance. It's like, bro, that shit bring trauma.
Yeah. Yeah.
We could be brilliant. We could be brilliant without all the trauma.
Yeah. And I think that's the part people miss, because you hitting dudes, you gonna get hit. Like this, it's a endless cycle of trauma, part one. But it was designed by open ops. This shit was designed by the system for us to be on autopilot genocide, to intentionally delete each other. We know that the government dropped crack in the community. We know that. But first they deprived us of economic opportunities, because they saw what happened when you leave us to our own vices. We build. Remember, they put black people out in Oklahoma. Say, oh, that land is dry and barren. They can't do nothing with it. Black people built Black Wall Street out there. Every time they left us alone, we did our thing. We did our thing, and here they come and destroy it. So it's always an effort to destroy whatever we build. So voices like ours is important, because we got a historical frame of reference. We could put it in its context, because a lot of dudes don't get it. They think life on this planet started when they were born, and this shit was already in motion. So you got the crack epidemic, because the heroin, the lynchings, the police brutality, none of that shit could do it. Because we had the Black Panther Party after they deleted Malcolm and Dr. King. They thought we get rid of these two dudes, black people gonna stay in their lane. Nah, the Black Panthers rose up like, nah, we not going for none of that no more. We don't even need y'all. We don't want y'all here. We don't need y'all patrolling our communities. And remember, there was still that underground economy going on, but we weren't harming one another. So you had your little penny numbers. You know, everybody had their little reefer back then. It wasn't weed, it was called reefer.
I mean,
little reefer.
It's the thing. We always was harming each other. But that's like when you get in the streets and do shit like that, we're gonna have friction. You know what I'm saying? I just give you, like, we always had criminal organizations wherever we was at.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? That you know what I mean? Did they think? But that one never promoted. Like, they never promoted to do that. That's what we gotta understand. It's like all the people, all our like the old super OG criminals from back in the days, they didn't do that. They didn't promote it. They didn't really try to make it a family affair.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? They tried to set up, you know what I'm saying? Because most of the time it was individuals that could protect the community. You know what I'm saying? But they had the arm, you know. So it was always that underground element, but like promoting it, that's a no-no.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? Right. Like glorifying it. It is just what it is. Yeah. Especially on mediums like the internet and anything. That's definitely not something to be promoted.
Exactly. And that's where dudes are messing up at. And what I realized, and I think y'all two can agree with this, a lot of these dudes who got these platforms really don't have the historical knowledge of what's really happening. Because like you said, the internet, The internet is just a means of communication. And you got a group of people, the people that we can't talk about, the small hats, who orchestrate and construct the narrative of what our culture is. So now, right, you can't get a deal if you're not talking about criminal activity in our community. They got the wealth, they got the bag. How? Because they stole it. Let's put it in its proper context. That's why there's a wealth gap in our community. That's why we had to go underground with our economy. So here's the people, they got a big ass bag of bread. We got a little potato chip sized bag of bread. And we like, yo, let me just get a little bit of what you got. And you're like, all right, but you got to say this, you got to do that, you got to behave like this, and you got to behave like that. And our people sold out. And the sad part is there's no consequence, because remember, there used to be consequences if you sold out your community. Now there's not even consequences. So you got a whole industry, and I won't even say hip hop, I'll say the subgenre of hip hop. You got the drill music where dudes are really talking about deleting each other. Dudes are literally snitching on themselves. So we know the street code is already gone, because it's the old heads that created the street code. Look, get your money, take care of your family and the community, lay low, keep this away from the children, and try to put the children in better positions in life.
Let me put it like this. It's not gone. It's just a lot of people don't adhere to it.
Yeah.
But you will have those that hit. That's why it happens. You know what I'm saying? You say certain shit and you think that it's gonna be okay, and it's not. Some people's eyes, they still holding on to that, and they gonna, you know what I'm saying? Yeah. They're gonna hold to that, and they're gonna split your way. Just that simple. You do have individuals that's not on the internet. They don't care about the internet.
Word, I got a couple of homies.
One of their homeboys is gonna tell them, yo, so-and-so said this shit on the internet, and whoop-de-whoop, whoop, whoop, whoop. And he's gonna be like, okay, these niggas think this internet shit is a game. Boom. They're gonna knock your noodle. So, you know what I'm saying? It's not that the street code is bad, it's just that people on the internet assume that this is the world. This is reality. They living in a false reality. You know what I'm saying?
No, Gutty, you 100% right, because it gives them access to real street dudes. Like let's take the Let's Rap About It podcast. Shout out to them and they freestyle. They murdered that joint. But let's take them and the academics. Let's be serious. Let's remove the internet. They wouldn't even walk through the block. Academics wouldn't even walk through the block with Mano and Jim Jones out there, let alone say something to them. But this internet gives people too much access to where they feel they could really talk to certain people. And that goes back to what I was talking about, the chain of command, the hierarchy.
Oh, yeah.
You know, academic, he wouldn't even be on the board. He wouldn't even be down. You can't even go to the store and get blunts and 40s. So how do he comment on real dude stuff? And then if he get ran down on, first thing he want to say is, I'm calling the cops, or it's just entertainment. When this is dudes' livelihoods, this is how dudes eat. And one thing that's always been rule number one in the street is respect. Respect. We could disagree, everything. You ain't got to like me, but you gonna respect me. Because once that respect is gone, it's all the way up from there.
This is one thing I will say. When you get on these public platforms, you're in a public space now. So if don't discuss street shit, this is the internet, bro. Right. So why, you know what I'm saying? Why, first of all, why are you discussing any type of politics that goes on in your neighborhood or whatever? You know what I'm saying? Discussing who did what or whatever, who you don't like and all that. Because the streets is the streets. You know what I'm saying? So are civilians allowed to? You fucking right if civilians allowed to call the police. You better. If somebody grandmother that been working for transit for 30 years and see something happen, ain't she supposed to? She's a law-abiding citizen. Ain't she supposed to call the police?
But even at a certain point, as an adult, as a grown man, and I'm gonna say this, you allowed to call the police. If you ain't involved in street shit and some shit happened to you, somebody breaking your car.
Nah, anybody. That goes for anybody. I'm not saying male or female.
Right. No, because you know why
if they never engaged in criminal acts.
But even if they did,
because this is how I see
and they reformed.
No, this is how I see it. Is if you live a certain lifestyle, you're still gonna stick by a certain code. You know what I'm saying? I'm not gonna give the police, you know what I'm saying, the opportunity to do something when I could do something. You know what I'm saying? So that's why I stand on certain situations. You know what I'm saying? But if you haven't been through that type of shit and you a civilian, my nigga, yeah, they got all right to send your ass to jail. Nigga, the point of the criminal is to get away with your crime without people seeing you. So if you do something in front of civilian, they not a rat. How can they be a rat?
You know what's crazy, right, Gutter? It's like when people was trying to come at Bun B when somebody ran up in his crib. Yo, it comes a time in a man's life. Like, I get it. You got to do what you got to do. But certain shit, dudes ain't going back outside no more. Case in point, somebody breaking my car, steal some shit out of it. I don't file a police report, so I don't even look to get insurance money. So I'm not getting no insurance money off of it, right? Part one. Part two, I catch whoever did it. I do the 1-2 to them, and now I got a case.
Yeah.
For what? And they're not going to hear, yo, this the guy who broke in my car. What's your proof? Why didn't you call the cops? So now you got a case for attempt deletion, or maybe even deletion. Who knows? Dudes don't think further than the situation right now. And this is why we saying fuck the streets. Granted, some dope shit come out the streets, whether it's the music, the fashion, you know what I'm saying, the slang, the walk. There's some elements we can be proud of, but for the most part of it, the shit we talking about is the criminal element and the criminal mentality of the streets. Because dudes are in the streets, but they're no longer protecting the community. And that's what the streets dudes used to do. They were the police.
It's the wholly capitalistic mentality.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? It's like I think we got more capitalistic once they got the integration shit.
Oh yeah. That's when they all went down.
That's when Conan was at an all-time high. You see one nigga turn from a Black Panther to a Republican. Quick as a motherfucker.
Which one was that, Sister Keisha? Sister Keisha. Was it
Bobby Seals?
Bobby Seals.
Somebody in the chat said
it was Eldridge Cleaver.
Yes.
He ran to Algeria.
Bobby Seals.
Yeah.
Somebody in the chat said, how come gangs don't work with civilians the way other races do? And what era are you talking about? Because that's not true.
What happened?
Somebody in the chat, I think Laser Beak.
How come?
Yeah, there we go. He said, how come gangs don't work with civilians the way other races do? That's not true. What era are you talking about? Because if you let's look at the era of Bumpy Johnson. First of all, it wouldn't have been a Bumpy Johnson without Madam Stephanie Sinclair. That's just a fact. So they absolutely did work with the community. That was the time of right after
they fed the
crash, right? They fed the community. They worked. It was Father Divine, the UNIA, and the criminal element. They worked together to feed the community and to keep white gangsters out of their neighborhood and doing business.
Look, in all eras, you had people that show love to the community. Whether it was niggas that sold crack, niggas that sold heroin. You know what I'm saying? to me, I look at it like this. I know I'm doing this, I gotta give back. I'm at a place where I can't give back. I'm already doing this. You know what I'm saying? You know what I'm saying?
You couldn't even say a curse word around Bumpy Johnson if women was in his presence.
You know what I'm saying? But it's like in all eras you had G's that took care of the community, wherever they was at. Bloods, Crips, GDs, Vice Lords, Latin Kings. It's like it don't, you know what I mean?
Because I never felt worried or threatened. Let me just put it that way. Because if you was coming by my building, yeah, them dudes like, where you going? Who you coming to see? We'll know you.
You got to think about it, bro. It's like, and people don't realize the gangs protected the fucking economy down there. Niggas knew not to go in there and rob none of them stores. When there wasn't a gang of niggas around, they was sweet meat.
Right.
So I'm definitely saying fuck the streets, but like it was always a time where individuals that were in the streets did things for the community.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? It's just not, it wasn't a universal thing. It wasn't all over and everybody.
Yeah. And I think right now is the most important time, because what's happening, right, Gutter, is little dudes who really not built for the streets is outside in the streets. The little dudes with the switches, the little dudes, you see them in court, judge tell them how much time to get, they pass out, they start crying, they kicking and screaming like, "Mom, help!" Like all, because these is kids, man.
Then they getting locked up, getting socked on, made to rap, all type dudes under the bed, all type of shit.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? And it's like, bro, and especially in some of these other states where, you know, police just, nigga, they in the bubble, and you left to survive however you can. Run around with big ass knives at all times. No, that's what it is. Like,
I know.
So I think, like, dudes think it's a game, because people got to understand the streets. You're going to jail, my nigga,
or get killed.
You going to Rikers Island, LA County Jail, Cook County Jail, whatever the county jail is in Detroit,
County.
Whatever these joints, you're going there at least. You might not even go to prison. You're going there. And you know, for some of y'all, that's going to be the worst experience. Way worse than you ever thinking about in your life.
Yeah. And that's the part that's not being dudes being
prepared. Don't tell dudes when you run up, when you fall up in the house by yourself, you know what I'm saying, and you got nothing but enemigos in there.
You said enemigos?
Yeah. They gonna pack your ass dead the fuck out. Yeah, that's just what it is. You know, packed out. So be prepared to get it on. Nah.
Yeah. Frederick Douglass said, yo, anything a black man do to lift himself from his position, to better himself, he get all kind of resistance. Anything to keep him in place, he gets all type of support. So when people saying fuck the streets, it's more so the mentality, the negative mentality that got dudes getting deleted, getting locked up, ripping families apart. Because that's the thing too, Gutter. When they go to jail, they mama crying, and if they got children, they children crying. Like it ain't just dude. Everybody crying. And that's if you lucky enough to get locked up. Because the flip side of that is that little 6 feet hole you got. Yeah. Ain't no coming back from that. You get a 5 to 10, you get 10 to 15. Probably come back. Shit, you get 25 to life. You could probably get some time back if you grow up and mature.
Ain't no coming back when your homies got you on their shoulder.
Word.
sliding you up in that motherfucking joint.
And you
And
think
that's some of the worst. That was some of the most painful things to see. You know, me personally seeing one of my nephews just cry uncontrollably. You know, because his father was where he was, and that just touched me in a way like this is insane. This is insane.
Then it is not only it might not be you, but 3 of your homies might get chipped.
Yeah.
You still here.
Survivor's remorse.
My nigga, it's like none. Old, big, cheap. You know what I'm saying?
God bless. Yeah.
They gone, my nigga.
Yeah.
So you gonna have to deal with that.
Yeah. You know, when Juicy got deleted, I was standing by, and I'm telling you, I do this because I know God showed me a little favor. I was blessed because when Juicy got hit, Blacko was on my side and he got hit first. You know, it hit Black first. And I'm just like, yo, dudes is just like hitting at us. And I don't think people understand, like, little dudes, I don't know. They think it's a video game or what. But when somebody popping at you, that shit ain't no fun, especially when you see your homies falling. That shit is not fun. Ain't nothing fun about it. Ain't nothing cute about it. When you running up the hospitals, when you scraping up bills trying to get one of your mans out, all of that shit comes with it. But then it's going to come a point in your life where you got to mature and say, fuck this. Yo, when I first moved out the hood, right, Gutter, I promise you, true story. You know, my window was on Fulton Street. So me and the ex was looking at a crib. We just went out. We went out to Shaolin, looked at the house. Neighborhood was nice. It was quiet. We was like, it was a summertime. We was like, yeah, this is going to be nice. We go back to the crib. I jump in the bed. We laying down. Just hear them things going off. Bomb, bomb. Look out the window. Country like, yo, dudes just hit me in my face. I'm like, what? Like, yo, they just shot me in the face. My first instinct, right, Gutter, was to grip up and run outside. But I already told myself I'm going to stop doing that shit because most of my issues in the street ain't never mine. They's always holding down homies and shit. So I said, nope, I know somebody call the cops. Let them do their job. And I chilled. But I told my ex, she was my lady at the time, I said, this is why we got to get the fuck from around here. Because I'm trying to grow into a new person. But the old Tad is still somehow programmed to run outside when shit going on out there. When something happening to the homies, I feel obligated to get involved, even though that shit ain't got nothing to do with me. And that's how you get your head knocked off. That's how you go to jail. And that's why I had to fall back. Now, if I'm standing there and we together, then we together. But that propensity, because I've been doing it for so long, for that loyalty of being a little dude. Because when you're a little dude, you got a loyalty to the crew because y'all got to have each other back. But it's only a certain amount of time you could do that. You got to renew your friendships. A few years, you got to reevaluate who fucking with you, who trying to move forward with you. You just got to reevaluate that shit because some people could be.
You got to just recollect how many times you roll and just think about when dudes roll for you.
I'm always rolling. I'm the roller. You know, Cuddy, you the roller. You know, how often do you go get dudes compared to how many times dudes come get you?
That's what I'm saying.
So, yeah, that's why I had to leave the hood. I'm like, yo, because I don't know how to mind my business because that old identity, I had to shake the old identity. And you can't. It's almost like a plant. You know, when you got a plant and it's a little plant, you know, it comes to a point in time where you got to switch the flower pot. You got to remove it out that environment, put it in a bigger flower pot so it could grow to its potential. That plant ain't gonna grow. It's gonna
that's how most people that don't educate themselves. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, sit in them environments.
That's how you stay trapped in them environments because now you don't broaden your mind enough to even want to get out the flower pot and let your roots grow.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? You ain't even, you know what I'm saying? It's like people and not financially.
Right.
You know what I'm saying?
It's about the money.
People think financially.
It's about the peace of mind.
Yeah, let me let me move from this trajectory to where it's supposed to be at.
Right.
Because that's what
as men with children.
Our brilliance get killed in the streets.
Right.
You know what I'm saying?
No new thoughts, no new ideas.
Streets.
Yeah.
Because now you all on survival mode, my nigga.
Yeah.
You can't create when you on survival mode. All you thinking about is getting through the next joint. And when you got a street mentality, that's what you have. I don't care if you get money.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? The money, like, the money is really meaningless. It's the power. You know what I'm saying? So that's how people end up falling. They you get jammed because you allow your ego to think like you're gonna be the nigga, the exception out of a million other niggas that is doing the same shit that already got locked up.
Right. Right.
Like, honestly, like, how long did I think that I was gonna be booking niggas as a career?
Right.
Like, honestly, like how stupid can you be?
Yeah. You know what's funny, right, Gutter? Because you think when you're in that mindset, you don't even give a fuck.
That's like, what it is. You know how
rock till the tape pop.
I was 22, so like, come on, like, give me some grace, like. But that's what I'm saying is like, then I reach a point is like realize like, oh shit, I done stymied myself, because now even when I'm trying to do business with individuals, the past reputation done fuck my shit up.
Yeah.
Because all my niggas know, this nigga got a smart as shit. Ooh, I come up with an idea. Niggas be like, nah. But you go to somebody, you try to, you know what I'm saying, deal with him financially, nigga paranoid because he thinking you trying to book him.
Right. That reputation we held so dear to. And that's why, you know what? It's so funny. I just got to say this. As we move into 2026, family, listening audience, those in the live, those in the chat, those watching on the playback, reinvent yourself. Ain't nothing wrong with growing. You don't have to be who you used to be. That thing that you was known for, you don't have to stay there. I know starting over is hard for a lot of people, but we going into a new cycle. We going to a new year, man. Ain't nothing wrong with trying something new. Yo, you want to take photography class? You want to be a photographer? Do that shit. You want to take cooking classes? You want to learn fucking salsa? Do that shit, man. Life is short, and this shit gonna be over before you know it. Too many times we hold on to our old identity just to make other people comfortable.
But Tad,
yeah,
I just want to interject one time. Salsa it up,
bro.
Salsa it up.
Dude might like some.
What happened? I like it these. You don't like it these. You don't like it dancing the salsa. I know, but I cannot fuck it with you, my man. I know what happened with you. I like it the salsa. You don't like it the salsa. Me and you, no good.
See, that's what I'm saying. Gotta look. If I really want to do salsa now, you making me feel bad. Like, nah, I can't tell stuff. God, I'm doing salsa. He got jokes. Yo, Tad, where you going? Nah, I'll be back. Got a salsa class. Like, yeah. But, you know, a lot of people, and that's what it is, right? Because with the whole street shit, the whole shit is about the ego and the mentality, this false identity we give ourselves. Because when you known as a tough dude in the hood, it's almost a badge of honor because nobody gonna fuck with you. So you ain't got to do as much fighting as you may have to if you don't got the reputation. If people know you don't mind fighting, they ain't gonna fuck with you. Chances are you really don't want to fight anyway. You want to go about your business. Remember back in the days, Gutter, where people take you to another neighborhood just to fight a dude? I know you should do that with me. Be like, yo, let's take Tad over here because yo, him and such would be a good fight. You know what I'm saying? Shit, Gutter, you done fought enough dudes in the hood. Dudes who
Um,
like to fight. You know what I'm saying? And my point is, this identity we
I just
hold
had a
on,
quick,
it's
I just
ego
had a
driven.
quick temper, so wherever I was at, and usually playing basketball, that's where all my shit came from sports, man.
Yeah, see, I wasn't even no sports dude. Mine
No,
was
I
just
was
off reputation.
I was a good athlete. You know what I'm saying? So I played ball everywhere. And you know, if you in the wrong neighborhood and you doing good, niggas get mad.
Yeah. Yeah,
You
well,
know,
you know that's how it goes.
you busting somebody.
Yeah, you ain't gonna bust nobody ass on their court.
Pause. But if you do yeah. if you killing the other squad, you know, they're gonna be tight. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
They're gonna be tight. The dudes want to fight, so you know.
And
I lost some. You know what I'm saying?
well, everybody gonna lose a time or two.
I ain't gonna lie. I think was it Pink Houses or one of them joints in the East. Man, nigga, like he ain't like, man, this nigga fired me up like 5-6 piece. Pop, 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 pop. I couldn't get this nigga for shit. I'm like, all right. I wanted to I ain't gonna lie, I wanted to pop him, but you know what I'm saying? He won fair and square. So,
right. So you can't pop him. Right.
Yeah. Nigga won fair and square. This nigga just had jazz. Yo, this nigga was firing me up. Like rapid joints. Pop, 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 pop. I couldn't get shit off, my nigga.
Yeah.
Like I got a couple off. That nigga was like, and that nigga was taller than me. That's what it was. Like tall,
a little longer reach.
Yeah, that nigga was pop, 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 popping my ass up.
And remember, that was the skill back in the days. Everybody learned how to fight.
He was like, nah. He said, you know what I'm saying? And then, like, matter of fact, we finished playing ball.
Yeah.
You know, but the temple was like, nigga, I should go in the bag and pop your ass. But, you know what I'm saying? But I was like, this nigga got out on me. And then we end up being cool.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? We end up being cool. I would come over there and play ball with him all the time. You know what I'm saying?
Because now
that was my shit. Like I try to explain to people, like I was really an athlete. So a lot of people I knew from going to their neighborhoods playing ball. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Really, really meeting a chick, and it's a basketball court over there. So you know what I'm saying? I ain't gonna lie, I was a little like I would say, a little fly guy. You know what I'm saying? My whole shit, go to mid, or you know what I'm saying, book something. You know what I'm saying? Get dipped, bag something. You know what I'm saying? Yeah, go to her hood, boo, boo, boo. And I end up playing ball. Like it's always it's a basketball court wherever you go.
Yeah.
In the hood. You know what I'm saying? So that was my thing. I'm always going around. I used to always, just have my little protection with me.
Right. And see, that's what it was. It was for protection more so than aggression. I was in Atlanta, last year.
It was for aggression too. It depends on, like, if I caught you slipping and you had some shine, yeah, I need that.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? But like I said, I was on bullshit. You gotta remember, I was a young kid. So like we gotta, you know what I'm saying? We gotta delineate that age from maturity.
Right.
You know what I'm saying?
Because then you grew up.
Yeah.
And I think that's why it's important when we say fuck the streets, we talk about the mentality, not the people, because it's really not too much positivity come out of it other than the music and the fashion. That's it. And the way we talk. That's it. But the bad outweighs the good when it comes to dealing with the streets. Like you said, you used to be on bullshit. I mean, I used to keep the thing, but that's in case somebody fronted. And then when I was on bullshit, it was, for me, it was like a time. It was a time. Like when I went out, that was it. I never went out and saw something and said, damn, I'm going to get that now. If I'm on my way somewhere, I'm going somewhere. I'm not going to stop, catch the lick, and then still go where I'm going. Oh, yeah. I know you was the other way around. If you on your way to church, you catch yourself. Like, oh shit.
Especially he ain't on point. But you got to remember also, I was small stature. I wasn't I wasn't as big as I was.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? I was a little slim kid. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
I played sports, so I wasn't chubby. I wasn't stocky. You know what I'm saying? I was kind of skinny. You know what I'm saying? So I was kind of unassuming. So which I like.
Yeah, that's the best way to be.
Yeah, when I was on my
quiet storm.
I could get you, yeah. Nigga ain't see it coming. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah. Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
And that's how
it wasn't like, even when I was like, I wasn't aggressive because I had a gun.
You was already aggressive.
No, what I'm saying is, like, I only was on it when if it's a lick.
Okay.
I'm not like, you know how some people like try to like threaten you, posture. They do a lot of posturing, and you realize they got a gun. That wasn't me.
Right.
I don't want nobody to know I got a gun.
Ever. I'm gonna tell you a funny story. Simbo in the comments. I don't want to put him on blast, but I'm gonna put him on blast. We was at Coney Island one year, right? Kind of deep. Then everybody got a blick. You know that thing where you hit this with the hammer, you hit the bell and it rings?
Yeah.
You know, Simbo tall. He hits the bell, the Mac falls. Crowd standing around. He leans back, grab it, put it away. You're like, yo, oh shit. People saw that. We moved from that spot. But of course, this Coney Island, like 94, 93, 94. We go to the Himalaya. Some dude was talking crazy. He was talking strong. We on the ride. He talking strong. He works there from Coney Island.
That's where everything happens, the Himalaya.
Yo, we jumped. You know when the ride goes backwards, Gutter? You know Himalaya go front. When it went backwards.
But that's where the music was at too.
Yeah. That's why we stayed.
That was the only spot that played all the hip hop music. So everybody
we jumped off.
Himalayas.
We jumped off. Because dude, you know, like you said, posturing. He was taking his hat off, waving. That's my word to my mother. Yada. Yo, we like, chill, Duke, chill. We know we all gripped up. Like he don't. That shit stopped to go backwards. We all in sync, just unhooked our shit. I took him behind the wall. You know, the Himalaya go behind the wall. I said, Duke, don't do it. Don't do it. He crying like, I swear I wasn't talking to you. Stupid ass black. The next week we go back. Black punches this dude in the face. Calls a mini riot out there. I'm telling you, Coney Island, the posturing, the hammers, the level of not giving a fuckness we had back then. Because when he was talking shit, people saw Simbo drop the thing. So they already knew, like, yo, they got that thing. But they ain't know it was a bunch of them. We had a bunch. They saw one. And I saw the people nudging each other, like, let's get the fuck away from them because it's about to go down. And it's just amazing because dude thought he was tough. He thought he was tough. Till the thing came out. And I say that because so many instances, things could have went left. But again, it's that street mentality. Because we could have clapped him, or who knows, if he was smooth, he could have got us. It was just nasty out there.
Bro. Saying not we wasn't in Coney, we was coming from Coney. So I think it was Easter. Matter of fact, it was Easter. You know what I'm saying? We went out there, we didn't get a chance to get nobody. We got shot up by the Himalayas before we can even get a chance to like lay, because we had already This is last time I was home. Had to be 90 because I was out on bail. I think I was out on bail.
No, Coney Island was dangerous back then.
It was 90. So you know, get out there. We know the lick we want. You know what I'm saying? I know him because this nigga, I know him, you know what I'm saying, from school. You know what I'm saying? And then we didn't get along anyway, so it wasn't like he was cool. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
But I wanted to get him from school. but I ain't want to get him in school. You know what I'm saying?
Right. Because that's
So-
home base, too close.
Yeah, so we coming back. It's a dude and his girl screwing us, screwing me and my man Hal. Boom, mind you, this is from, was it the F? No, whatever train that stopped at Prospect Park.
They switch it because the D train used
The
to stop.
D train and the Q train.
Yeah, all right.
Right,
One
the
of those.
D and the Q
one of
and
them
the B
shit-
now.
Yeah. So we go, oh, this nigga screwing us all the way from Stillwell. Get off the train. Boom, he's screwing us. He got a rope. He got a rope on his joint. We don't know, like, long story short, we don't know it's fake, but he's screwing us the whole time. Boom. Remember Crown right on Fulton and Franklin?
Yeah.
Me and Hal get off the train, like, man. So mind you, he's screwing us the whole time. I'm like, man, this nigga he thinks I'm sweet. I'm robbing this nigga. I'm like, we assuming he got the burn and everything. Boom, boom, boom.
Right.
He going Crown. He puts the door open. We right on. You know, me and Hal, and you know, like, people don't know Hal. Hal is like 5'6". You know what I'm saying? So this is us at, I'm what, 20? So Hal about 17, 18. So we little. So dude is kind of bigger dude. So we come in, boom, we on him, back him, boom. Take the chain fake. Start beating the nigga with the rope. You know what I'm saying? We start beating the nigga with the rope in the crime. You know what I'm saying? But that just like the posturing, and then when you in that lifestyle, bro, like, mind you, it's Easter. Coming back from, so you know it's crowded. Fulton and Franklin is crowded. All that shit.
Always.
Bro, we got this dude in Crown. Mind you, I got the gun still out, beating him with the chain. His girl, like, he got a big girl. She hysterical in the joint. The big girl going all crazy. You know what I'm saying? But it wasn't like, and our intentions wasn't to book him. Really, it was just to him. I'm like, I'm gonna show this nigga. I'm gonna take that chain to show, yeah, for front. Because we wasn't even thinking about booking him. We done lost our opportunity on the joint. We could have had, you know what I'm saying? This nigga had Gucci links, Cubans, shit. Like, he was heavy. Missed that opportunity. So, well, we wasn't even thinking about this dude until he did all that.
Yeah.
Exactly. Wasted time and effort. He could have went to jail. And like the time me and Hal was on at that time, I'm not getting locked up.
Now, you know what's crazy, right? Because I don't think dudes know. That'd make you more mad. Because you like, I'm about to catch a felony for some bullshit?
What?
Really whoop your ass.
Wore his ass out with that cable. You know, them fake shits is heavy.
Yeah.
Them shits is heavy. Them fake shits is heavy. Them shits do damage. That nigga had mad rope whelps on his face.
Yo, I got to detox from street life because I'm laughing at that dude's misfortune. See, that's the shit in the streets. You laugh at the wrong shit in the streets. You be joking with your man. It's like, yo, remember that time you got shot? Dudes be laughing. Like, yo,
Yeah,
you
fact.
laugh at the wrong shit.
Yeah.
You think even in Minister Society, when Old Dog was fucking with Kane, he was like, stay out, Kane. Don't. He's like, you sound all caring and sensitive. You know? But I think
knowing niggas really be crying if they mans get hurt.
right, definitely. And that's what I'm saying. Like, that ego, that sense of false bravado of being tough. It's like when people shout out they hood. Like, what? I'm from Brooklyn. I don't play that. Like, yo, dude, every dude from Brooklyn ain't live. Sorry to let you know. I'm born and raised in Brooklyn. I'm telling you.
Niggas from Brooklyn.
So you could tell me you from the Bronx, you from whatever your hood is. It's like, why do we brag? Like if it's a badge of honor. And I know subconsciously it's like, yo, if I could survive a high crime area with all the death and despair, what you think you're gonna do to me is of little consequence. So hopefully, since you know I'm from a tough area, you'll back down, because whatever you do to me ain't gonna be as worse as what I gotta deal with when I get back home. That's the subconscious mentality when people be like, yo, I'm from such and such. People get killed everywhere. Whether you're from Cali, whether you're from Brooklyn, whether you're from Atlanta, whether you're from Miami. Being from a place don't make you necessarily tough. And that's something I try to, because I get into it with dudes sometimes and they don't know where I'm from. They be like, I'm from such and such, I'm from such and such. Like, what does that mean? But I know that's a fear tactic, hoping that you'll back down. Or be like, oh, word, you from Fort Greene? You know my sister Keisha?
It's also a pride thing too. But dude, like your pride and ego be a part of a lot of this shit, bro.
It's all pride and ego.
Because you come from this area, you know what I'm saying? And this area is known for producing these type of individuals that you think everybody look up to. You know what I'm saying? And I had to ask a dude the other day, like, bro, like, why do individuals that come from situations like us, our ones, like, why would you put them on a pedestal? Unless you hear something coming out their mouth that makes sense. Like, nah, right. Nigga, that shit don't mean nothing.
Nothing to nobody.
You know what I'm saying? I give it to you like this. All right. I give you an example of Big Meech. I thought it was just like, yo, why he's not, like because like outside of him having the plug, like what did he, you know what I'm saying? Outside of putting his name on the billboard and letting you know like he's a large drug dealer, outside of that, it's like, what was he going to do? Like, what you think he was going to do when he came out?
Right.
Largest drug dealer. You know what I'm saying? Is like,
and what's crazy, clearly Meech got organizational skills. I mean, he organized the shit out of dudes in the country.
He organized to sell drugs, but you didn't organize business.
Right. Right.
You know what I'm saying? So, like, street shit, he got all that time. What benefited? Dudes say a legacy because people talk about him, or they made a TV show. And that shit ain't helping him.
Not at all. Again, go back to what you said, the ego.
Because he already sold the rights to that.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? It benefits him no more.
Right.
So whatever he got out of that, you know what I mean? He has to make do.
Yeah.
And outside of selling drugs, like what is he bringing? What is he talking anything about, like mistakes he made, accountability, anything like that? Culture he brought in, you know what I'm saying? Because like in the strip club, throwing a bunch of money, making it rain and shit like that, like that's part of his influence.
Yeah,
that's what I'm saying. It's like,
yeah. Yeah, I'm gonna get sis in here too. All we was talking about. What do you want to add on from a female's perspective that been outside with the heavy hitters and high rollers? You know, because me and Gutter can only talk from a G's perspective, like dudes who really lived it. You know, but as a female, what impact does it have on the community or even in relations?
As far as relationships goes, it's very, as Gutter said, traumatizing. It's extremely traumatizing because you look at any bus. I'm speaking from New York. If you look at any bus going upstate to visit people, it's filled with women and children. It's filled with women and children. Like you said, them cats on it, where they at? Why they not on them buses? You understand? And to have your children to see you behind a wall like that is traumatizing for your mother to be crying night after night because you may be the toughest guy on the block, but you still her baby. And she gonna cry her heart out. I'm telling you that. And so a lot of people don't think about that. Also, too, in this criminal life, a wise man once told me, he says, if you're going to be in a criminal life, you got to study everything about criminality. Not just how they move on the streets, but you got to study forensic science. You got to study law. You got to study police science. All of these things if you want to be the best of the best in that game. And most people don't. For example, if I ask who's the chairman of the commission, right? You know it's Lucky Luciano, right? He was the chairman of the commission. Now, my great-grandmother worked for Lucky Luciano. But if I mention Eunice Carter, most people will not know who she is. You see, that was the black woman who brought the commission to its knees. She was the prosecutor. You see, so you have to know everything about that element. And most people don't want to do that. They want to get it and quit. But that's what gets you tripped up all the time. All the time. You go out to Vegas, for people who like to travel to Vegas, I don't, because I don't like to gamble. I want my money back. So I don't gamble. That ain't my thing. But when you go out there, go up on Stewart Avenue. On Stewart Avenue is the Mall Museum. Because next to every heavy hitter in that life is the prosecutor who brought him down and how they brought him down. You understand? You can't get out of this unscathed. It don't work. It don't work. And for those who did, you the goddamn police. You the police. Read that paperwork. You understand? So, that's just my 2 cents on it. Stop traumatizing each other. Stop traumatizing your mothers and your grandmothers. Because like you said, when you got the phone at 8 o'clock, she not home at 8 o'clock. She got other things to do. Now you mad. She done set off to the next dude. You mad. That's crazy. Like that is just pure trauma. So at some point, you gotta know how to hustle legit. Because there's so much money out here to get. You gotta hustle legit and take the game right then and there. I often wonder why, too, Tad. When we talk about hip hop, we talk about the small hats and the control element of hip hop. Because you said if it ain't violence, if it ain't degeneracy, they pretty much don't want to deal with you in general. But why don't they do that in country music? It's not the same. Because hip hop gives the persona of black men bravado. I got to cut that down at the knee. You see? Country don't give the persona of black male bravado. It doesn't. You know what I mean? Even though coming from that element, when you listen to black country music artists, that's some of the most race-conscious music you ever want to listen to. But let's break this bravado down at the knee. So we're going to destroy hip-hop from within. These are the toughest cats, allegedly, that come into this game. Let's cut them off at the knee. We're gonna keep pushing out this degeneracy because the number one genre of music for the last 35 years has been hip hop. And under that genre of music, a lot more black men is going to jail. A lot more women are whores. You know, a lot of children going upstate to see mother and father. A lot of grandmothers crying. Come out of that element. But it's not in jazz. It's not in country the way it is in this genre, because those other genres, the bravado image is not there. And in hip hop, they've destroyed the image. So we got to get it back. So when they say F the streets, I'm with that.
They not rebelling against the system.
Right.
That's the difference. You know what I'm saying? And the ones that do put that content out, that's the ones that's not getting. You know what I'm saying? But like I said, that's why the digital age, this space right here is great. Because a person can build their own thing, and then you got an app, you got your own app where you can get your people that, you know what I'm saying, that want to listen to you and want to hear you. They'll go to your app, you know what I'm saying, subscribe, $5 a month, shit like that, get all your content that they want to hear. You know what I'm saying? So this, but like on that, like I can just give you a personal joint. Like, bro, my second bid, my daughter was like 3. When I first went up, came to see me, she was scared, crying, and all that type of shit. My nigga ain't even want to hug me. You feel me? So
now I know that hurts your spirit.
Yeah, like,
you understand? So
all that, like, that's what I'm saying. It's like people I think that ain't get the full experience of the streets. The full experience. Right. Like, motherfuckers always, like, it's just like Instagram and all this shit. All the good shit is shown, never the bad shit.
Yeah.
Nobody's showing, you know what I'm saying? Yeah, dudes are talking about getting all that, boo, boo, boo. You talking about how dead crack you gonna be when people take all your money. You know what I'm saying? So now you're gonna be, I done been locked up with kingpins that was dead crack.
Yeah.
People took all their money. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah. You know,
they put it like this. They family is out there taking care of them shit. But they ain't like that shit they had, well, that shit gone.
Yeah.
And with 30 and 40 pieces along with that, with the elbow. So it's like, bro.
That's the part they don't tell dudes. Like, you gonna be in there with nothing.
Yo, this nigga say, well, I gotta look like all the top 10 black actors.
Look, I'm ignoring Laserbeak and New York. I'm ignoring them two both. They're wilding for the day. You know what I'm saying? But yeah, I think that's the part that's left out, right?
Nah, not Harpo, my nigga. Yeah, you gonna.
No, the other one, he said, gotta look like he played the sax on Lackawanna Blues.
Yeah.
Y'all would leave that alone.
But that's because my pop. I'm cool with looking like a jazz artist. My pops was one, so you know.
All right.
That's where part of this aesthetic come from, baby. Pop Dukes. So, you know what I'm saying? He had the long joint. I had to copy him. And that and the Shaolin monks.
Yeah, but it's almost
I want to always do this before I kick a nigga ass.
Yeah, it's almost 4:00, y'all. We gonna wrap this up. Sister Keisha, what do you want to leave the people with before we get up out of here?
Use your head. Always think, what are the consequences if I make this act? Who am I affecting? how would they be affected? Can I handle that? And if that comes with all kind of no's and ifs, ands, or buts, I mean, you might need to pull out. You know what I mean? You may need to pull out and do some other things. So just be smart coming into 2026. Because, allegedly, it's the year of the horse. And we all supposed to get it, depending on the year that you was born. So you might want to be a little bit more wiser, a little bit more stronger, a little bit more strategic. And y'all have a blessed and great 2026.
No doubt. Gutter, what you want to leave the people with?
My usual. Stay black. It's all the way black. You know what I'm saying? Everything black. You ain't black. You're on your own. But I got little jokes today, nigga. But shout out to all the people. Everybody have a blessed New Year, man. I'm feeling good and really fuck the streets, like they say. But we all know there's going to always be an underground community, and those individuals that's in it, you know what to do. When you get to a certain level, you got to move on. You pass that shit on. We know this government always against us, so you know what I'm saying? You know what I'm saying? And we ain't stop beefing with niggas about shit where we can all get money.
Whoa. So, family, I want to thank y'all for rocking out with us. Shout out to the usual suspects, our brother New York, 7 Fitness, Laserbeak, our sister Aruba, 927, our brother Rich Nice, definitely the Queen Anusa. I can't forget Sister Brooke, Sister Farnessa, my brother Che Black in the chat. Anybody, if I missed your name, blame it on the brain, not the heart. Real Life 7602. What I want to say, because this is it. This is it for the new year. This is it for the new year, right?
Yo, wow.
Learn the game. Learn the rules before you play the game, all right? But also remember, this game is full of cheaters, and it ain't designed for no winners. Let a young person know, man, where we at right now in this new world. It's so many opportunities for people to make money. The streets is not the only place. It's good to learn the fashion sense, learn the new lingo, but leave that mentality of self-destruction behind. Let's leave it in 2025. I support the Fuck the Streets movement. I support the Drop the Flag challenge, even though it's not necessarily denouncing your homies and things like that. It's just a catalyst so we can have a serious conversation about how us as black men who are so such bravado. We have so much bravado. We call ourselves men. But do we have the gumption and the strength and courage to turn the conditions around in our community? Or we still gonna blame or beg fake politicians or beg the police to come in and do what us as men should do? A lot of these little dudes are our son's age or younger than our children. What are we afraid of to talk to them and tell them, look, little bro, it's a better way. I've been fortunate enough to live this long, but I've got homies that's dead. I got homies that's never coming out of jail. And anybody glorifying this don't want to see you win or succeed. It's life on the other side of the streets, man. And I want you to be an active participant in it. Enjoy it. Go travel. Meet other people. See other places. Get new ideas.
You ain't got to no quarter zip and fucking tie either.
Say it again, Gutter.
You gotta wear no fucking quarter zip and a tie either.
Yeah, you don't have to wear a quarter zip, even though I'll rock a quarter zip.
No, but I'm just saying, like, that whole identity of, like, yeah, I'm gonna throw on a quarter zip and my, like, whole shit gonna change, nigga.
Right.
Shit. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like, wear what you want, but this what matters. You know what I'm saying? How you
use it the right way.
And you see how we got to get these young people to get involved in what's going on in the country, around the world, as pertaining to us.
And in the community.
You know what I'm
It's in
saying?
your local area.
No, what I'm saying is the politics of what's going on with our community, so they know the broader spectrum of just your block, my nigga.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Now you'll know, you can understand why you hustle.
Right. Have a whole new perspective.
You like not saying you gotta not do something or whatever, but now you understand why you doing certain things. All right. I got this to do this in order to help my family and help the community in a larger scale.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? So have a purpose for doing anything you do. That's what I mean. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah. So family, hopefully you're inspired by something you heard here today. It's your turn to go out and inspire others. So y'all stay up, y'all stay blessed, y'all stay true. And remember, no matter how hard things seem right now, it's always better days ahead. Yo, y'all have a happy and prosperous new year, and we see y'all next year. Peace.